And they say, we don't need him, freedom, freedom. He's a dictator, he's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. I'm a man with great common sense and I'm a smart person.
This was crazy, by the way. Trump straight up was like, oh, I heard Americans want a dictator. That was a very cool moment. Very cool moment that is alarming and indicative of the conditions worsening.
As you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now. And they don't
Chicago's a killing field. Not Gaza, by the way. Chicago is a killing field.
And that next should be Chicago, because as you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need him, freedom, freedom. He's a dictator, he's a dictator. A lot of people are saying,
bro, saying Chicago's a killing field is so funny. I'm so glad I went to the South Side in that block party, like school supply drive, like the back to school supply drive. It's just like match that footage to what Trump is saying. And you realize it is just so unimaginably made up. Did you get killed? Yeah, I did. I got killed like every single day when I was in Chicago because it's a killing field. And I just, luckily I could, reset. Luckily I had save files that I could utilize every single time. I'm a ghost now. I'm dead. I'm not even alive. I filmed all this stuff ahead of time. Chicago's a killing field.
Maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. I'm a man with great common sense and I'm a smart person. And when I see what's happening to our cities, and then you send in troops, instead of being praised, they're saying you're trying to take over the republic. These people are sick. But I'm really saying, and I say this to all of you, in a certain way, we should wait to be asked because they have cities that are so under control, out of control. So we go in and fix it. They take the full credit for it, and they go out and say, I heard it this morning. They're saying how well they've done over the last 10-day period, that they set record lows. They don't say that we're there with very tough people, by the way. They have to pass the toughness test. Otherwise, they're not working for us.
He's literally rotting away. I know. But like I said, listen, guys, hoping that, God takes him out is a common, very common attitude that people in other countries have towards their somewhat authoritarian leaders. Okay, this is a common ass meta. It's one that I am very familiar with from growing up in Turkey. In my experience, it doesn't happen. It usually just you get false hope. Okay, you get false hope in the process, and you just delude yourself into thinking like maybe one day the problem will solve itself. No, in my experience, these motherfuckers get more powerful. The more people go, oh, one day, one day this is gonna take place. The more people feel that way, the longer it takes. Okay. I know Russian people have said this about Vladimir Putin. I know Turkish people that have said this about Erdogan. Obviously, I would never say it publicly. I mean, come on. That's Erdo goat. Reis. People used to say this in Brazil about Jair Bolsonaro. I'm sure plenty of people felt this way about Pinochet in Chile. It doesn't happen, It's just funny that it's happening now in America, though. This is such a common, almost universal experience in the global South and in many other countries. It's kind of hilarious in a dark way that Americans are also experiencing the same exact feelings. But as one who has seen this and experienced this in my own life, I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't work that way. These guys get more powerful. They get more powerful the more you have that kind of enmity, the more you have that kind of feeling in your heart, the more powerful they become. It like extends their lifespan for some weird reason.
And I'm so proud of DC. I passed it 2 days ago and all the garbage is off the streets. It's terrible. I came in a month and a half ago. I'm driving down and I see garbage all over the place. The streets were a pigsty. Like I won't use the city's names, but you know what I'm talking about. There are plenty of them outside of this country and inside of this country. Baltimore is a horrible, horrible deathbed. It's a deathbed. I know Governor Moore said, oh, he wants to take a walk with me. He meant it in a derogatory tone. I said, no.
Wait, why would that be a derogatory? Bro. Yo, I'm telling you, he should have told him like, no, Bashar al-Assad did this. You know what I mean? Like Putin does this. I'm telling you right now, if you told Donald Trump, like, this is stuff that Saddam used to do, this is stuff that Assad used to do, he would do it. If you explain to him that this is like a flex, to say like I can walk in my own city no matter what it is without fear that I will be shot and killed, you might be able to convince him to do this. I'm serious. It was derogatory. He was calling out Trump's inability to walk short distances. Okay, fair. Also, Fox News loves to nationalize minor local occurrences. My dad will regularly send me some shit about San Francisco or from Fox News. Meanwhile, I literally live in these cities and I know what day-to-day life is like. I know. One of the funniest things was like when the crime panic was taking hold about like Los Angeles, people would constantly tell me that like my own backyard was riddled with crime and danger and death. And I was like, that's not the case, man. You're just seeing it on television and it's like shaping your perspective because you've never lived in this city. You've never lived in a city at all. You live in the suburbs in Idaho and you just fantasize about like unimaginable crimes happening at any given moment. Meanwhile, if I were to look at the murder rate in your small town, it's probably worse. It usually is. But there's genuinely nothing you can do about this kind of misinformation because it's not born out of like any sort of logical interest. It's born out of fear. And you can't logic someone when their worldview is shaped by hysteria and fear and paranoia. It sucks. Do you see this? The Trump proposed the 1 year.
Oh yeah, for burning the flag.
Burning the flag, the U.S. flag. But even before this happened, there was like a separate court case where they were like made it illegal to burn the Israeli flag regardless, even though this is also unconstitutional.
What the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances of flag burning.
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. No early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they?
Yeah, incitement is.
Incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail.
1 year in jail. Yeah,
That's just freaking wild.
Yep.
That is wild.
Yeah, it's also illegal. Like this suggestion is completely unconstitutional. It is.
So why are people okay with this?
They're dumb. I don't know. They're just people are for the most part. I think people are just like too busy.
I mean, look.
People are too busy with their own shit.
Yeah. To realize. I mean, look. I never understood the whole flag burning thing, right? Yeah, like I just, sometimes to me it just, because we had the protest in Australia.
Yeah.
Right. This weekend we had the protest in Australia. It was like the march on, the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It was iconic. 300,000 people turned up. I think it was like the largest march anti-war march in Australian history, right?
Yeah.
And you had some idiots who were burning the Australian flag, and I'm like, why? Why? Because all that happened afterwards was all the talk was about people burning the flag.
I still don't give a shit. I think it's fine in America. You can burn.
I don't think it's a problem.
It's constitutionally protected.
I just don't get it as like this. Like I don't get the hoo-ha about it. Like, what does it show? What does it prove? Like, there's other more effective ways of showing your disdain because it's such an easy target for the right wing.
But they're gonna grab on to anything, right? Because here we didn't burn any flags in LA when people were protesting against the ICE the ICE raids, right? But people were waving the American flag and the Mexican flag, right? And people were like, well, why are they waving the Mexican flag if they don't want to go back to Mexico? And it's like, well, first of all, they're American citizens. Why are you assuming that they're Mexican citizens that are illegally here? And it's just a way for these guys to basically move the conversation away and disparage the movement in any way, shape, or form. Which is why I don't even entertain it, where I'm like, the flag for many people who are at least like generationally victims by Australian dominance and settler colonial terror or American imperialism. For them, what are you looking for?
I want to grab a drink.
Oh yeah, get in there.